because I think it's going to transition
Oh,
well
it's
after.
there we go.
Oh,
I
There
mean,
you go.
okay. So wait.
listen.
No.
Listen,
Hold on.
you want to talk about natural flow path? Let's go. Like, listen, it's in the caption right here, right now. It happened just a few days ago. Go, Chris.
Well, I
Go.
was just about to go for that exact thing and say I'm halfway. I'm willing to meet you halfway, Anthony, because my logic or my thinking is the following. I don't want to rely on a guy. I'm gonna throw out your beloved Cam Ward, for example. I don't want to count on a guy that I have no expectations and it's a roll of the dice. I want to go in not with, let's say, a Carey Price, too much salary, too much allocated to him. But if you have a good goalie, like a solid goaltender, maybe not the best in the league, but a top 10 goaltender in the league, that can up his game in the playoffs. That doesn't cost too much. That's what I'm hoping the Montreal Canadiens can do. Is Sam Montembeault that guy? I don't know. But if let's say I'm Kent Hughes, I don't know what it would take. But if you look at the Buffalo Sabres goaltending situation and you want to do something interesting, if you're Kent Hughes, I love Montembeault. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's progressing. I crapped on him last year. What a slap in the face that he personally offered to us all, laughing at him. But I would still like to see what it takes to get a guy like Devin Levy from Buffalo Sabres.
Buffalo's not going to give him up. Come
Look
on.
at their goaltending
They're
situation.
not going to give
I'd
him
be
up.
very curious.
They're not going to give him up. And listen, just what Sam Montembeault did with Team Canada at the Men's World Championship, being named one of their best players, and he was one of their best players, playing for the gold medal. You really don't think this could take his, let's use the word development or whatever skills he has as a goaltender? You don't think that raises his confidence and could take it to another level?
Well, you know the other thing too. It's funny. I'm hoping. Look, let's hope in the magic of hockey, the hockey gods are passing stuff on. But Carey Price at practice helping Montembeault do different routines and just
Guys,
exercises.
he said
I
it.
hope I hope he could fucking. I hope Sam. If you're hearing this, I hope you can
Wait,
channel
which Sam are you
some
talking to?
of
Me or him? Oh, the other.
Montembeault.
Oh, you're right.
No, I don't want to
I'm
talk
gonna
to
talk
you.
to you.
Fuck.
Guys, Carey Price said he wants to stay with the organization and win the cup with the organization, and it doesn't have to be as a goalie. He just wants. He could be a freaking janitor. All he cares. He just wants to win with the Montreal Canadiens organization, right?
He's the new equipment manager.
$10 million janitor.
Imagine Carey Price being a goalie coach.
Well, it unofficially worked.
You know,
as far as I'm concerned. I mean, listen, why not have one of the best goaltenders in the history of this franchise help you out? And I mean, look at him. Like I could say Sam Montembeault had maybe it was which game was it? But like he had maybe one game where he was like mediocre. The rest of the game, like to go to the silver medal game, to go to to go to the gold medal final game, even the gold medal final game itself, like he was amazing. He I don't know what he did in the offseason or whatever. He must have worked on like how to track the puck this time and how to, like, if Price showed him how to move technically and properly, I think that's because Price during his career, he was known as the best technical goalie like ever. And if this is what Price taught Sam Montembeault just before this tournament, he's got to keep working on that because if that works, then who knows what's going to happen during the season.
That's exact, Sam. To your point, that's why I was like moving around and shaking and shit. Because it's halfway what Anthony said, half of what you said. If we could bring does Carey Price want to become a goalie coach or not? I think you fill up 2-3 fishing boats, you give him all the fishing trips in the world, and you let this guy fucking go hunting, fishing, give everything to him to keep him as a coach. Do I really think that he wants to stay here in Montreal? He sold his house. I don't think he's staying here. But the idea of Carey Price staying within the organization, maybe going to spend a few years with his kids. And then if we have another goaltending prospect, like you said, Carey Price was one of the most technically sound goalies to ever put on the pads. And that is something like flopping a la Tim Thomas and Dominic Hasek, that's instinct. You cannot teach instinct. But the technicality of what Carey Price was able to do on the ice and how he approached the game, there was not a goaltender in this era when you take from 2000 to the year 2000 to the present date, and any time before that for that matter, there was never a goaltender as technically sound as Price. And that, more importantly than anything, is something that you can teach, is something that you could pass on. And I'm hoping to God, with what both of you said, I'm hoping that Sam Montembeault can put some of those elements, or get some of those elements into his game, just for puck tracking, when to get out of the net and go play the puck. Just I don't want to say rebound control, but even
I think he's got
Carey Price was a sixth man on the ice practically. He used to help like
on the penalty
throw
kills
back the
for sure.
offensive.
For sure.
Yeah.
The rebound control, I think, is maybe the one thing that I noticed that Montembeault could work on. And maybe he's probably aware of that. But, dude, I just think him winning this tournament a lot of people joke. It's like, oh, the world champions, like, you don't get all the superstars that go. You don't. It's not all the best players. It's not the Olympics. It's like, yeah, I get it, but like, I don't think these people understand what it means for these European players, especially. Like, look at Latvia. They won a bronze medal for the first time in their life, and it's now an international. It's a national holiday for them. Like, it's so you're still playing against some of the best players in the world. You're going up against them, and he was able to, for the most part, well, not able to. He got the job done. He got the job done for Team Canada. Like, he was their guy going when the stakes were high. He was their guy, and he fucking led them to the promised land, or the gold land, however, whatever.
They were saying right before the World Championship started. They were talking on 690. I forgot who it was, but they were talking about Sam Montembeault starting this championship. They're saying this was a big testament for next year,
of course,
because he had a great season, but then you start thinking, like, was it just luck this year with all that was going on in the dressing room? Was it just this guy was I think he played 100 games of his NHL career. Was it just luck? Whatever. And they said that this tournament would be a big testament of what the future holds for Sam Montembeault.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think he proved everybody what he's capable of doing, and that it wasn't just luck. And if he can continue this going, and we've had this conversation in multiple episodes in the past about last year, how we all shat on him, get like literally made fun of every little thing.
Yeah,
and now we're having conversations.
Well, he wasn't the same goalie though. Like, it's remarkable how the difference is extraordinary,
night and day. And we're having conversations about having him as a. Do you think Sam Montembeault could be your number one goalie? Last year he was garbage. We were saying trade him for fucking a bag of pucks. And now we're talking about him being a number one goalie and a fucking gold medal champion, like night and day.
It's crazy. But
I'm actually looking forward to seeing, like, no matter what the future holds with the Montreal Canadiens, like if we're gonna have the season of playoffs or not, my number one excitement for next season, this aside of seeing these young players play, is seeing how Sam Montembeault, if he can continue what he's proving from last year.
I think he could. I still truly believe, and I know the defense on the Canadiens is still young, but they have to be ready to bring it another level. And I'm not saying that they need to be the best in the NHL, no, but like they want to have a career, a long-term career, they're going to have to show that they could take it up a notch. And if they do that, I think they help Sam Montembeault a lot more than they did last year.
And imagine,
and if they
Montembeault played amazing without having core defensemen. Look, imagine putting a good fucking wall in front of him. He's a
look. Yeah. I'm let's be honest here. The defense in Team Canada wasn't the greatest either. Like, just that whole roster wasn't the best Team Canada roster we've ever seen. But good on them for winning it. It was amazing. I definitely cheered for them. Hey, congratulations to Justin Barron too. He got to play a little bit. Didn't have a best tournament, but hey, he's still a gold medalist as well. But but even for Justin Barron, like, an experience of this is the second time he represents his country, and it's still a very young career. He didn't win gold medal at the World Juniors. He won silver. Now he's a gold medalist at the top level, at the IIHF Men's World Champion. He's a gold medalist. This too, like, I don't care if he was the seventh defenseman and he only played like 2 or 4 minutes. Like, I don't give a shit. He was there. You don't think he learned from Mackenzie Weegar or maybe from Tyler Myers or whoever else was there?
There you go. You said
yeah.
You said it perfectly. There's always, whether you're playing 2 minutes or not, you're learning from veteran players. You're learning little tricks. You're learning from guys that are not on your team from day to day. There's always something to absorb and bring back and implement in your own game. And like you said, winning. There's something that just
Oh my
in a
God.
pressure situation. I don't care if it's a fucking pee-wee tournament or you're playing in the Stanley Cup. Pressure is pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you have a few more eyes on you and the pressure is higher, but can you perform when you're under your respective pressure situation? And Montembeault did it. It's just,
Oh, yeah.
I think we're at the point where we just want to see it for a longer period of time to be able to confirm this is not a fluke. This is Sam Montembeault. This is what you can expect from him. And I hope to God, look, it would be that much better. I'm hoping. How many people across this province alone? How many Montreal Canadiens fans worldwide want to see the next? I don't think superstar. Like, I got to calm down. I don't think it's going to be superstar Quebec goaltender playing for the Montreal Canadiens. But like, how many people would love to see the next
Jose Theodore?
Or Jose Theodore is a way better example. Let me calm my tits down over here and say Jose Theodore, not Patrick Roy.
Well, listen.
But nevertheless, Jose Theodore was an icon over here for several years.
Yeah, absolutely. And not just that, I think another motivating factor is, I think we forget, Samuel Montembeault is on his final year of his contract, and then he's a UFA, not a restricted free agent. Becomes a UFA, so he's definitely going to be playing for that contract if he really wants to stay. Especially now that the Canadiens, they signed Jakub Dobeš. Like, that's another young kid coming in. I'm not saying that Montembeault's job is on the line, but he knows that there's these younger kids that are going to be fighting for that spot. And if he wants to keep it, I think Sam Montembeault knows he's got to continue from where he's been going. And right now, like, he's got all momentum for him right now. He's got everything going for him right now. Like, I don't think he's going to be a permanent number one on the Canadiens. I think he could be a fringe starter, but I also believe I think he could show that he could play a bit more games than Jake Allen could. Like, I think he's earned that. I really think he has.
I mean, I guess we'll see, next year's vision, right? Like, are they coming out to fight for playoffs, or are they coming out to, play and see what happens, and then, come January to decide if they're fighting for playoffs or not? And that's where I think they'll decide, should they, like, look at, we had this conversation also beginning of the season, right? Is Jake Allen the number one? Will Sam Montembeault play more than Jake? And that was all, in decision of the vision. Were they fighting for playoffs? And they weren't. So they played both goalies pretty much evenly last season, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. But until, like, Jake Allen got injured, and, like, poor Caden Primo again, like, the kid's trying. I know he is, but it's just not working right now. And
it's not working.
I think this season is probably his last chance, or else that's it. But I think Montembeault showing that he could carry the load a little bit more, give Jake Allen maybe an extra few nights rest. That proved to help Jake Allen, because Jake Allen's injury prone, and he doesn't seem to have that stamina to play multiple games in a row. And I like Jake Allen. There's many games he played well, but it's just, he just can't.
Jake Allen was always a good backup goalie.
Yeah, that's exactly that. So, listen, we're all happy for Montembeault that he won that gold medal. Like, especially he was the number one for Team Canada. You know, imagine this guy was on waivers a season and a half ago. Now he's a gold medalist. Like,
But that's how
he earned it.
crazy.
That's but he put in the work. Like, he put in the work. Who knows? It was probably it could have been him that went up to Carey and was like, "Look, Carey, please help me out here. I want to, you know." It could have been that. Or if Carey told him, "Hey, look, you got invited. I'm going to help you." And if Montembeault said, "Yeah," good on him for saying yes to it too. Whichever situation it is, the fact that he put in the work and he continues to put in the work. I don't know what the fuck he's doing in the offseason, but like, whatever it is, like, keep
I'm excited
going.
for next season.
I'm excited.
I'm actually looking forward to it.